Good morning, students. We are once again here for our geography online classes. I think you have already attended one session of geography classes with Sir, and Sir must have started with the book 1, that is Fundamental of Physical Geography. And by far now you must be aware of why you are studying geography as not a part of social science but as a distinct subject. Geography has its own importance. It's a subject of synthesis. Why do we call it a subject of synthesis? Is because it's a synthesis of studying physical phenomena as well as human phenomena in an area. But this year we are not going to study about the human phenomena of an area, rather we will be studying all about the physical phenomena in a region. Now book 1 is all about the physical phenomena which you will see around in world, and book 2, it's all about our country, what you see around you in terms of physical features or physical phenomena like climatic condition or the natural vegetation, the soil condition around your country. So let's start with the first chapter, that is chapter 1 is India location, and the book is India physical environment. Now the first chapter, as you know, that before we start studying about the physical environment of a place, of a locality, of a region, we need to know the location of that region. If we talk about the country's location, all of you are aware that India is a part of Asia. Asia is the largest continent in the world. What are the other continents which we see in the world? Are North America, South America, Africa, Asia, Eurasia, and Australia. Out of all these, and Antarctica. Out of all these continents, Asia is one of the largest continent. India is a part of Asia. Now, if we talk about the location of Asia, Asia is located in Northern Hemisphere and Eastern Hemisphere. We will see this in a diagram in the later half of this session. Now, if in Asia is located in northern and eastern half, where is India located? India is located in central part of South Asia. And if we talk about the position of our country, India is the 7th largest country in the world. What are the other countries which are larger? It's Canada, Brazil, Russia, then you have Australia. So we know that India is the 7th largest country located in the largest continent Asia, in the south central part of Asia. Now if we talk about the country India, you must have heard that India is also known as a subcontinent. So today we will be talking about what is a subcontinent. According to English Oxford Dictionary, the word subcontinent means a part of a large continent, a large landmass with a distinct political, geographical and cultural identity. Now if you see our country India, the countries along with India, if this is our country, the countries which are included as a part of subcontinent are Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Maldives. So these in your book you will find the name of Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and India as a subcontinent, but there is still a lot of debate what to include, because they are very close and they also give a distinct identity a geographical identity to this landmass, separated from Asia, the rest of Asia. For your information, there are nearly 48 countries in Asia. Out of these 48 countries, Indian subcontinent include these countries. Now, why India is considered to have a distinct geographical identity? Now let's talk about the geography of India. The northern part, you all know, is separated from the rest of the Asia by Himalayas. In the western part, you have Suleiman ranges, Hindu Kush. Here you have, separated from Myanmar, Arkansas, in the Irrawaddy river, near the river. So in this way, it is separated from the rest of Asia by a proper physical boundary in terms of mountains. If we come to the next part, beside this, India has desert, also known as Marusthali, the famous desert, that is the Thar desert. It has the dense forest in the northeast. You must have heard about shifting agriculture in the forest area of northeastern states. Then you have the peninsular India protruding in Indian Ocean. Here also you will find India has Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats, and here also we will find dense forest in these Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. So you can make out from the picture how geographically India has been endowed with different physical features. In the central northeastern part, you have northern plains formed by the large rivers like Ganga, and from northeast you have Brahmaputra, which forms the plains in these areas. Beside this, you have some important rivers, large rivers like Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri. And here you all know is the oldest landmass in the form of Deccan Plateau. So if you talk about the physical environment, because this book is entirely about the physical environment of our country, that is India, you see which such diverse, it is endowed with diverse physical features, starting from mountains in the north, deserts in the west, vast plains formed by rivers in the eastern part, as well as the important rivers of the south. Then you have dense forested areas in the northeastern side, as well as Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. And along with this, you have forested areas and river valleys here. So, also Deccan Plateau. So this gives a unique feature, and that is the reason that we call India as the Indian subcontinent. Now, if we talk about our country's political division, because that is also an important part to know each and every region of a country, or what physical feature is in which area, we need to know the states and union territories of our country. Now in this map, it will be very difficult for me to tell you or write down each and every state I'll just tell you there are 28 states presently and 8 union territories. One homework for everyone, take a political map of India. If you can get it, or if you can draw it, it's very fine. Or if you have your last year's map practice book, I would like you to revise once again, because I'm sure many of you don't know the exact location of each and every state and union territory in your country. And you also may be not aware of the present scenario regarding the states and union territories. The states have been reduced to 28 and union territories have increased to 8. Now, what are the union territories? You have Delhi here, you have Chandigarh, and very recently in 2019 you have seen how Jammu and Kashmir was divided into two union territories. One is Jammu and Kashmir and the other one is Ladakh. In the same year in 2019, there are two union territories here, that is Daman and Diu and Dadra and Nagar Haveli. In 2019, these two union territories have been merged and made into one known as Dadra and Nagar and Daman and Diu. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Then you have Lakshadweep, this is 6. Then you have Andaman Nicobar, that is 7. And the last one is Puducherry. So these are the 8 union territories. Your homework is locate the states and union territories in the political map of India, and then in your notebook write down the capital of each and every state and union territory. So this was all about your why India is known as subcontinent, what is the location of your country in Asia, and what is the location of Asia in terms of the world map. Now we go to the second part. Now this was the first topic of this chapter, though you will not find the topics in the same sequence in the book. But I have made it in this way so that it will be easy to go one by one. So we first discuss about what is a subcontinent. And we have seen the location of India in Asia. Now we will see, now to know the location of a place, all of us know we need to know about two things. What are these two things? One is latitude, one is longitude. Now what is latitude? All of you know the flat lines which are drawn on the surface of Earth are known as the latitude, and longitudes are the long lines drawn on the surface of Earth. So we say that these are imaginary lines, but do you think they are only imaginary lines drawn on the surface of the Earth to know the location? No. They are basically, both of them are the angular distances. Let's see how. We all know that the Earth has been divided into some important latitudes. The most important latitude is equator, that is 0 degree. Then we have Tropic of Cancer, that is 23 and a half degree north. We have Arctic Circle, that is 66 and a half degree north. In the same way, we have 20 Tropic of Capricorn, that is 23 and a half degree south. Because it is south of equator, we have Antarctic Circle, that is 66 and a half degree south. So these are the important latitudes on Earth. Here we have North Pole, here we have South Pole. How they must have drawn. We all talk about that these are imaginary lines. Now see, from equator, if I keep the protector, it makes an angle of 90 degree. And we know that North Pole refers to 90 degree north. If I draw a line from here and here, it makes an angle of 66 and a half degree north. So we get Arctic Circle. If I take this line and join it here, taking this point as reference, it makes an angle of 23 and a half degree north. In the same way, this. So I get Tropic of Cancer. It means all the lines which are drawn parallel to equator, are angular distances from the equator, north or south. This is the way the parallels are drawn. Now, how parallels have been drawn, it is clear. Now we go to the next part, that how longitudes are drawn. We know that longitudes are the long lines. Now if you see, if I cut a circle into two halves, the picture comes somewhat like this. One circle has 360 degrees. So it means I can have 180 degrees making a semicircle, and in the same way 180 degrees in this part of the semicircle. Taking the North Pole as my reference point and taking the South Pole, if I take it, I draw lines. What do I get? I get, this is definitely 0 degree, which is referred to as prime meridian, and this is your 10 degree east, 20 degree west, 30 degree east, and this side if I draw, it will be 10 degree east. In this way, longitudes are drawn as angular distances from the center of the earth on the equator, that is east and west. So I am sure that it is clear how we are going to draw the latitudes and longitudes. Thank you. This much for today. We will be joining very soon with the next session with the next topic. Thank you.